Hello everyone, let's continue our tutorials. This is the third tutorial of the Unity. I will teach you step by step about how to use Unity. In fact, I'm still learning Unity by myself, so we could study together. I think sometimes if a teacher who knows everything may not be as good as a teacher who doesn't know everything because the teacher who knows everything can tell you what is right, but normally they won't tell you what is wrong, right? But on the other hand, if the teacher is himself don't know something, so he may have some mistakes while teaching. So in this case, you could learn by the mistakes he made. Okay. Okay. After briefly introduction, let's come to our course. This is the scenario we just made in the last tutorial. And last tutorial we have a small issue that I want to make the enemies move towards our player, right? But there is an issue because we can't match the type. So in this lesson, we'll tell you how to do it. Okay. First, this is our code. This is our enemy, right? And I add a game object here. So let's come to the enemy. This is the prefab of our enemy. And we can see that there are nothing here because this is a private variable. So let's make it public to reproduce the mistake the issue we came across in the last tutorial. We can see that here is the player, right? And we want to drag the player here. Oh, sorry. Drag the player here, and he said it couldn't drag it here. It fails, right? But why? If I choose the player here, it says the type mismatch. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about the reason, but probably it's like because this enemy is a prefab and this player is an object, so a prefab couldn't reference object, right? So it can only reference a prefab. So if we drag the prefab player here, it works, right? But we don't want to use the prefab, we just want to use the object in the scenario. So let's delete it. And let's move back to our private variable. And how could we find it? We can just use a simple line code beam object dot find player. So by this code, it will search all the objects in the scenario which is named by player. So there is only one object named by player. This is just our player. So by this line code, we can find the object, and then we use this code to calculate the direction, right? Use the position of the player, subtract the position of our enemy, and by normalize it to a unit length vector, and then we conduct the translation. And let's have a try to see if it works. Okay, just run it. can see the background. Okay, you can see the enemy is moving towards our player, right? It keeps moving toward, right? This is what we want, okay? But we see something strange that the enemy could pass through the capsule, right? He could pass through anything except myself. Oh, this is 3 ball merged to 1 ball. So we need to add something to fix this, okay? Right? So we need to add something, but how could we do that? Okay, this is our enemy, right? And this is because the enemy is not in the scenario, it is created dynamically as a game process. So we need this means that we need to create a rigged body. We hope we can create a rigged body for the enemy, because this is the prefab of the enemy, right? It has a sphere collider, and let's have a look at the capsule. It also has a collider. So for Unity, if two objects need to have some physical interaction between each other, at least one of them needs to have a regular body. So that means we need to add a regular body to our enemy or the capsule. So we choose to add a regular body to our enemy. You can see that we add a regular body and we just try it again without modifying any codes. To see if it works. Okay? You can see that why it's a bit strange because the enemy. Why the enemy? Or we can see that the regular body does works, but the motivation of the enemy is a little bit strange. Okay. It's a little bit. You can see that this enemy is moving. Oh, it's so. I'm not sure if it is correct because some of the enemy just move towards the player, but some of them don't. So it's a little bit strange. But let's leave this issue. Let's fix it later. Okay. Let's just ignore this issue at this time. And now I want to add something more. So we can see that our scenario is still a little it's not it doesn't look very good, right? There are just some simple object, so we need to add some more things. And first I will add a texture to the ground. Okay, the ground is a white ground. It looks not very good, so I will add teach you how to add a texture. So a texture basically just image. Okay? But we have no texture in this project, so we find a texture from other place. Let's find the texture. Okay, this is the texture, right? So we see that here is the texture. We just drag it directly here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let's create a folder of texture. Then we drag the texture directly to this folder. then we drag the texture directly to the floor, and we can see that it becomes much better, right? The texture is on the floor and it's a grass. Let's switch to the game world. We can see that here in this place is a little bit it's so it's not it's a little white, right? So looks not very we hope to make it not that white, so we need to adjust it. Let's but how to adjust it is an issue, right? Because let's move back. Move back? Okay. Now we need to choose the texture, but the texture is attached to the floor. So let's choose the floor, and we can see that here is the texture, and let's remove the spectacular highlights. Okay? And let's see it again. It's much better. There are no white place here. Okay, and let's move the reflection, but I think we can keep the reflection here. Okay, so now we want to add some texture to the walls, right? So let's find some texture for the walls. Okay. In fact, I'm not sure if there are suitable texture for the wall. So let's process it later. I have seen some texture about the tree texture. So this is a tree, and let's move a tree texture to this tree to see if it works. Okay, it works. It looks much better. Right, our tree now has a texture. Okay, fine. Now what's to do next? I think we can add something because our ball can move and we have enemies, right? And we have some captures. Now I want to add some pull-ups. Okay. I want to add some power-ups, and in fact I want to make the capture to power-ups, right? So let's create some cylinder. Okay, cylinder, and let's rename it as sorry, let me have a translation. Okay, because I don't know how to spell it in English. Sorry, a pillar. Okay, just use a pillar here. Rename it to pillar. Okay, this is a pillar. Okay. Maybe we could make it a little bit higher, a little bit longer. Okay. So we use this. Okay, use this normal schedulation. In fact, I'm not sure what I want to create, but this is just a tutorial of tutorial about how to use Unity, right? So let's forget the game itself. Let's just enjoy how to use Unity and to see what we could make finally. So I want to copy it. Just Control D, right? You have if you do some practice after this tutorial, I think you will be getting used to it. Okay. Let's cool. Let's add some maybe I just add a parents, okay, and add some materials, right? So I hope to make it yellow, right? Make the yellow pillars and okay, just make it one by one. In fact, I'd better use a prefab, right? I'd better use a prefab, but let's just make it one by one. Okay, and later I will make it to a prefab. Okay, now I want to make this one. You see that it has a collider. All this one has capsule collider, right? So I hope this is a power up. Okay, the power up should be spawned by our game manager randomly, right? So, and I hope I can remove its colliders. Oh no, sorry, I need to we need the collider, but we need to click on here trigger. Okay, I as trigger. So if enabled, this collider is used for triggering events and is ignored by the physical agent. Okay. So I think we'd better make a prefab. Okay. Maybe this is prefab. We'd better use a prefab. Okay. So let's delete it. We don't need it again. We just need this prefab. Okay. This capsule. Let's rename it to pickups. Okay. So this means that this can give our player some energy. And okay, okay, just ignore this one. Okay. Now I will write some logic to make the pickups. So go to our game manager. Okay, this is our game manager, and I want to add another prefab here, right? So we go to game manager, and we can see that here are our prefabs, and I click the adding, and we use the pickup or drag the prefab or pickup here. Now we have another prefab, the pickup, and in the code we can reference to the pickup. Okay, and we want to spawn the pickup. Spawn pickup. Okay, and I want to the type be little longer. For example, how long is sure? I'm not sure, but just okay. And add another name about pickup. Another function, sorry. Another function of pickup. And sorry, spawn pickup. So we will do the same thing as we do in the spawn enemy. Still we make a we get a random variable. Then we list instantiate the pickup, right? Just copy this code. Prefab 1 because it's our pickups. And I think we, sorry, this is prefab 1, right? So nearly the same, right? Then our spawner will spawn the pickups every 20 seconds, but the 20 seconds maybe a little longer. So I'd better make a public variable called it pickup time interval, right? Sorry, it might be, I'm not sure it's a float variable. Okay, so replace 20 by pickup into. That's it, right? And I just do the same thing for the enemy. Okay, let's go back to the scenario. And have a try to see if it works. Let's move the audio a little lower because there are some people in my house. Okay. We can see that the interval is 0. It's not correct. Let's change it to 5. Okay. It seems doesn't work. It seems doesn't work. But why it doesn't work? It's probably because the hitch is not correct. Hitch is 0, so we make here the hitch to 0. Okay. Make it to 0 to have a try again. And let's delete this one, okay? And let's move a pickup here, okay? The y is not 0, it's 1.13, okay? So delete it. To the same. And let's try again. We can see that there is a pickup here, the second pickup here, the third one. Okay, it works. That's what we want. Now we hope our player could pick up this pickup. Okay, so let's click the pickup and add a script to the pickup. Choose the script. Right click, create a C# script called pickup. In fact, it's very straightforward. If you just know some basic of Unity, you could discover more functions by yourself. And I think just with some basic knowledge of how to use Unity, it's very easy to discover more functions. Okay, let's click the pickup and add this script for the pickup. So we hope it to reflect to the hits of the ball. So on collision header or on trigger here we choose on trigger end. Okay, why we choose on trigger end? Because here, because in your scenario, the pickup. Okay. Let's go back to assets. Prefab. This is the pickup. Okay, we have ticked this is a capsule collider. That's the trigger. We have ticked on the trigger, right? So because of since we have ticked on this trigger, so we here use the on trigger end. Okay, but not on collision end because this is correspond to the here, right? Okay, and let's write a simple if statements. Write a simple if statements. If the other dot I think it's game object, right? Game object compare tag. So if is the player, right? If player, I just destroy this object. Okay, just destroy it. So this means that our pickup was hit by our player. Then we destroy this pickup. Just this a few line of code and to have a look to see if it works. Let's wait a minute, wait for our pickups. Oh, it's still there. A little bit strange. Why it is still there? Stop. Let's stop it. Okay. We need to do some analysis because the pickup is still there, right? Oh, sorry, because I forgot to attach the script. Okay, let's attach the script. This is the pickup, and we attach it to here. Okay, now the pickup is sort of works, right? Just run it again. Yes, it does exactly as we want, right? This is exactly what we want. Yes. Yeah, now the scenario looks much more playable. Oh, sometimes the pickups may overlap with the Sapphire, but we can fix it later. Now we just enjoy it a little while. And okay, it's good. Okay, it's good. Now we want to add more elements. Now we want to add more elements to the scenario. Okay, so we have some obstacle, we have player, and we have enemies, we have floors, we have walls, we have pickups. Now there are no interaction between the player and the enemy. Okay, so I hope my player could destroy the enemy, right? I'm thinking about how to do it. There are two choices for me. The first is to give the player a sword, right? A sword. He can use the sword to destroy his enemy. And the other choice is to give it The other choice is to give the player a gun, and he can use the gun to destroy the enemy. Okay, so let's implement these two functions. Okay, first we need to implement a gun. But we don't really want a gun. We just want the ball could project something, right? And we don't really want a sword, but we can make a sword and make the projectile. Okay. Sorry, let's use a translator. Sorry, a bullet. Okay, let's make a bullet and make a sword. Okay, let's make a sword. Okay. How to make a sword? Because we'd better make model in Blender or something like that. But I think to make things simple, we just use Unity to make some simple model. Now I want to make a sword, right? I think a sphere is good for a sword, but if there are more objects, that will be better. Here I will give Unity a suggestion. I hope I can give Unity a suggestion. If you are a maker or creator of Unity, okay, I hope you can add more primitive to this list, 3D object, okay, because I hope I can have a triangle, because triangle is a very basic primitive, and we can use triangles to make we can group triangles together to make many complex models by ourselves. So if there is a triangle here, that would be much more convenient for the developers. Now I just use the cylinder, okay, and I rename it to sword body, right? We have a ball. Okay, I switch my mind because it's hard to make a sword, right? So we make another thing. You could learn some Chinese, for example, right? I want to make a stick, okay? This stick, make it to a stick. Rename it to stick. Okay. And where is our stick? Okay, it's here, right? I will there is some issue. Let's make the stick to the make it to be the make the stick to be the child of the player. Okay, drag it to the player and move it here, right? Because in fact I want to make the ball to a human. Okay, but let's do it later and make it longer. Make it a little bit longer. This is his weapon. Yes. Okay, I will make it sorry. Make a little thing, okay? Make a thing a little and go back, go to. Okay. It seems a little strange because I don't know how to adjust the. Okay, this is exactly what we want. I'll move the perspective, okay? Just to move it. It looks a little strange. Why it looks like this? I think it's good, okay? Oh, it's cool, but it's a little bit longer. A little bit shorter. Eh? It's too long, right? It's too long. I hope this one could, this weapon could become longer and shorter frequently while it is used. So just put it here, right? Because he used his right hand, so I will put it here. Okay. Okay, this is his weapon, right? His weapon. And he will use this weapon to destroy the enemies. That is the color of the weapon. Okay, I will make it to be in fact I need three stick, okay? Let's create another one. Let's create another glider called the stick head, and another one called right. I want to make three of them. Why do I want to make three of them? You know, we can see that the scale is the scale looks bizarre, right? Let's adjust it manually, okay? Adjust the manually. This is a good choice. Oh, a little bit strange. Because the scale are the same, right? But they are not the same. We can see that the scale is the same, but they are not as large as they are not the same large, right? Why it looks like that? Oh. Some okay. Let's open the perspective wheel because it's very strange in the orthogonal wheel. Here I feel a little bit weird because we can see that there are two sticks here, right? And obviously they are not the same size, right? Obviously they are not the same size. But here we can see the scale are the same, like 0.2178. And this one is also 0.2178. They are exactly the same, but why it looks different? So I don't know. So I just delete it, right? Delete this one. Delete this one. Let's copy it, okay? Control D. Let's use Control D to copy it. Control D, okay? And rename it stick body, stick head, and stick tail. You will know why I want to make a weapon looks like this. You may feel strange. What's the weapon? and you will know the answer later. Okay, I promise that I will give you the answer. I'll make it a little shorter. Okay, nice. Let's delete this one. Copy this one. Okay. Okay. Because I want to make three different kind of color. Oh, it looks a little bit hard to. Okay, sorry. I'm not quite as good at model. Ah, it looks perfect, right? Oh, okay, okay. Now I want to add some color to it. So I want to make the middle to a red one, right? Oh, I will create a red material. Create material, rename it to red. Choose the albedo. Yes, we want to write. And exactly right. Maybe a little. Okay, just like this. Yes, and we want to make a yellow, right? Okay. In fact, it's golden, but it's the same, right? Let's ignore the details. No, okay. This is the weapon. This is the weapon. But obviously, it's not an entire one. It's not. It's composed by three different objects. I want to make them one object. So I will create a new object. Create empty coordinate to stick, right? Okay, the head. This is not the head. This is the head. This is the body. Right? The body. This is the body tail. Okay, rename it. This one is the body. Yeah, I think Unity is not very suitable for modeling, but we can still do it with some creativity. Rename it to head, right? Okay, we can choose the stick. You can see that it's just one object, right? Move these three components at the same time. And this is the weapon, okay? I want to make it to let's adjust it a little bit, okay? The height is 0 to 3 to 1. 0 to 3 to 1, okay? They are exactly the same because they are copied, okay? Now I will make a prefab. Let's make a prefab. Okay, this is our prefab. And it's a weapon. It is a weapon, right? Okay. That's cool, that's cool. Now we make the sticker to a child of the player. Now this is his weapon. Okay, this is the weapon. Let's have a test. You can see that he has a weapon, right? Although it looks a little bit weird, but he has the weapon, right? And the weapon is just like in his hand, although he don't have any hand, but we will add it later. And in the next tutorial, we will make the weapon movable, and we will make the ball. Now they are just balls, right? But we want to make a human, and we want to our enemies be animals. Okay, it's like a human is have an adventure in a forest, right? And there are some animals, and he can use his weapons to attack these animals. Yes, but I am a little tired today because so I will end this tutorial, and you probably will be make feel that's much more playable in the future, but it's hopefully that it's much more playable in the future. And thank you for watching my tutorial, and see you next time. Bye bye.